Hermes, messenger of the gods, was on a mission for his father Zeus, the king of the gods. Zeus was calling the most powerful gods back to the palace at the very top of Mount Olympus. Already Hermes had passed along Zeus's message to Apollo, the handsome god of music, poetry, and light, and to Apollo's sister, the huntress Artemis. Hermes had also carried the message to Zeus's brother, the mighty Poseidon, god of the sea. Hermes' task was not yet done, however, and now he hovered above Greece, looking and listening for the signs that would lead him to the next god he wished to find. This did not take long. In the distance, Hermes saw flashes of light from the earth beneath him. Flying in that direction, he soon heard screams and angry shouts, and now he could see below him two armies engaged or involved in a battle. The lights Hermes had seen were flashes of sunlight reflecting off armor and weapons. The soldiers of one army were pushing back the soldiers of another army, which had now begun to panic and run. Perched on a cloud high above the battle and clearly excited by the spectacle below, stood Ares, the god of war. A spectacle is an eye-catching sight. Dressed all in red, tall and strong as he stood, and his smile grew broader as Hermes landed beside him. "Hail, brother," said Ares, for he was also a son of Zeus. Pointing down, he asked, "Isn't it glorious? Here are humans at their best and worst, some displaying heroic courage and others cowardly fear." He pointed, and a beam of light shone on one of the desperate soldiers. If you are desperate, you are in need of something and will do anything to change your situation. "I have been watching that fellow there," said Ares. "See how he seeks to bring his fellow soldiers together to win the battle?" Hermes had never understood his brother's attraction to battle, but it would not do to say so. Hermes thought to himself, "It seems to me that the best elements of humans are love, loyalty, and learning, not fighting." To Ares he said, "Zeus summons us all to Mount Olympus." Without taking his eyes off the battle below, Ares nodded and said, "I'll be there." But Hermes had already flown to the Greek city-state of Athens. Here he found his sister Athena, another daughter of Zeus and goddess of wisdom and war, walking among a grove of olive trees. A grove is a group of trees growing or planted near one another. With Athena was Zeus's sister, Demeter, goddess of plants and of the harvest. In her wise, intelligent voice, Athena was saying, "And so, dear aunt, would you please make sure that this year's crop of olives is especially plentiful to the people of Athens?" The word plentiful is like the word abundant. It means in great amount. Remember that the hardy tree that the ancient Greeks were able to grow even in the rugged soil was the olive tree. Gently, Demeter answered, "I shall be delighted." Instantly, the nearby olive leaves turned a deeper shade of green. Hermes landed, kissed his aunt's cheek, and then smiled at Athena. "I have come to tell you that Zeus calls us all to Mount Olympus." "Of course," Athena answered. Hermes was off once more to his last stop, back to Mount Olympus, where he had started. There, Hermes followed the loud clang, clang, clang of metal striking on metal. His brother Hephaestus, the god of fire and the blacksmith of the gods, was standing by his red-hot forge with a huge, heavy hammer in each hand, striking them in turn against a jagged lightning bolt. A forge is a place where a blacksmith works to heat metal and shape it into different objects. The lightning bolt was being shaped on top of an anvil, a heavy block of iron or steel with a smooth, flat top. Waiting outside to carry the lightning bolt to Zeus, who, as you remember, was the god of lightning and thunder, was a magnificent winged horse named Pegasus. Hephaestus did not even notice Hermes until the messenger god called out loudly enough to be heard over the hammer strokes. "Greetings, brother!" Hephaestus stopped hammering and, wiping the sweat from his brow, looked over at Hermes. The two gods, though brothers, appeared to be opposites. Hephaestus was huge and muscular in his upper body, but slow-moving due to an injury that had left his legs badly damaged. Hermes was slender and so smooth that he seemed almost to dance in all his movements. Hephaestus's face broke out into a big grin when he saw the messenger god. "Brother, where have you been while I've been tied down here at my forge?" he said in his slow way. "Practically everywhere," Hermes answered. "Zeus sent me to summon everyone to the great hall." By everyone, Hermes meant the main gods, of whom he himself was one. In fact, there was only one left to contact. "Would you ask your wife to join us?" he asked. Hephaestus frowned. "She does not like to be awakened this early," he said, even though it was nearly noon by now. "But if it is for Zeus, I will do it." Hephaestus's wife was the most beautiful of all the goddesses, the goddess of beauty itself and of love, Aphrodite. Aphrodite was as used to luxury, or comforts and pleasures, as Hephaestus was to hard work. Hephaestus told Hermes, "We will come." Finally, all of the gods and goddesses had gathered. Aphrodite told Athena in a laughing voice, "I'm sorry I look like such a mess, but Hephaestus said I had to hurry." Athena smiled to herself, for as always, Aphrodite was absolutely stunning, or very beautiful. Athena had no chance to reply, for now the king and queen of them all, Zeus and Hera, entered. Hera was the goddess of feminine power and of women's lives. She knew why Zeus had summoned them all. The family of the Olympian gods was about to welcome a new member. Zeus raised a hand for silence, smiled, and announced, "Today is a special day. Today we invite to join us here on Mount Olympus a new god, the youngest of us all. Humans will worship him as they worship the rest of us." Zeus continued, Welcome among us Dionysus, god of wine, pleasure, and theater." Suddenly there appeared a handsome fellow with laughing eyes, a lazy smile, and dark curly hair. Dionysus spoke in a light, easy tone. "I am honored. I shall teach humans to make wine and raise cups of it in praise of us all, and they shall dedicate, or offer up as a way to show respect or affection, their finest plays to the gods and goddesses. In these ways I hope to provide pleasure to humans and honor to us all." And so it was that Dionysus joined the household of the gods and goddesses atop Mount Olympus, completing what is known as the 12 Olympian gods.